Our next guest is a very talented actress you know from Broadway shows like Chicago, Little Shop of Horrors, and Pirates at the Penzance musical. She also won both RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. She returns to Broadway, starring in the hit play Oh Mary, which is playing at the Lyceum Theater. Please welcome back to the show our friend Jinx Monsoon. What is it going on?
Well, my agent surprised me with this birthday gift because it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
It just felt like you can't have it. I'm not giving it to you. I just want to.
Yeah, people famously don't give gifts on their birthday.
I just want to be able to hold it like this one.
Okay. What what pray tell is it?
This is a smoky quartz orb.
Okay. Classic orb.
Of course.
Now, did your agent know you would be happy with a birthday orb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of times someone has said, "What have you gotten here, rocks?" And then I open my purse and it's rocks.
Well, guess what? Guess what, Jinx? I'm about to admit something. I didn't need your orb to know it was your birthday. I knew it was your birthday.
Because you Googled it?
Yeah. Say it like that's a shameful way of finding out. But you play Mary Todd Lincoln right now on Broadway, and we looked it up. Mary had a famous, she made a white almond cake. That was her specialty.
Oh, wow.
And so we made you a cake for your birthday, and we're not gonna do the whole song, just blow it out.
Wonderful.
Yay! All right. All right. Oh, Mary is a phenomenon.
It truly is.
It truly is. Cole Escola was the incredible creator of this show, and Cole made a version of Mary Todd Lincoln where she's a frustrated cabaret star, and that's basically, and an alcoholic, and also it's really funny.
The two often go hand in hand.
They do, yeah. But now tell me, like, when did it dawn on you that you would like to play this part?
In the middle of Cole's performance off Broadway.
Yeah. So you were watching it, and at some point you said, "Oh, I would like to do that."
Well, okay. So Cole is such a singular talent and such an
100%.
amazingly funny person. So I'm watching, and I'm first thinking, what? I'm watching, and I'm thinking, like, only Cole, right?
Yeah.
You first think only Cole. And then I was like, no, that's not a credit enough to the writing because the writing is so good that halfway through I was starting to envision, I was like, oh. And then that night, Cole and I are longtime friends, and I'm like a lifelong fan of Cole. I like to say when YouTube was a brand new website.
Yeah.
And you had to type it in.
Yeah.
I'll eat it eventually.
Yeah,
I'm
I know, but I
talking.
don't know why I gave you a cake when I'm talking to you.
Well, I told Cole that night, I was like, I want you to do everything you can with this. Like, take it everywhere, win all the awards, and only then give me a call because I would love to have a whack at it. And that's so bold to be like, you wrote an opus. Can I sing it?
Yeah. But it's true. And I had the same experience. I wasn't watching it, thinking, I'm
Why
gonna do
not?
it.
Why
Yeah.
not?
But I did think when I saw it, only Cole can do this. And then I've been
Yeah.
lucky enough to see some of the other actors who've taken it. And it speaks to what a great script it is because it is just so funny.
And the direction is so clean and precise. Everything about it is handled with such care.
You also, I imagine, you probably have a little responsibility to make it your own. How did you approach that part of it?
Just by leaning into the text and thinking, okay, what's true about this character? What's true about me? Oh gosh, they kind of go like this.
So it wasn't that hard.
It wasn't like, Cole wrote this for themselves, but wrote it from such an honest, earnest place that it doesn't it helps that I've lived a parallel life
Yes.
to Cole, like alcoholic cabaret star, But 6 years since I took my last alcoholic drink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Have a little cake for that. I imagine, look, this is one of those shows, the stars are coming out to see this show, and a big news last night that RuPaul came.
Oh, mother. Oh, mother.
Were you just so happy that Ru made it?
It was, okay. So this is why. Okay, I'm keeping
Yeah,
it.
great.
Wait. Roll back the clip. I need to, anyway. Ru, I mean, come on. Like, Ru's one of the people I think of, I got to work with David Hyde Pierce recently.
Yeah.
John Cameron Mitchell's a friend. And RuPaul seeing the show last night. I mean, these are people who, as a young person, I saw them and thought, okay, it's possible for someone like me to do a lot, right? Because everywhere else, I was getting hints that it wasn't going to be possible. It co-created something for performers like us. So to be able to perform for Ru was very, very exciting because it's I get to show my friends something I'm excited about. But it's also it's all very cyclical because Ru inspired me to even be here right now. And then I get to go out to the stage door and I meet young people who literally say, seeing you on Broadway makes me feel like it's possible for me. And I'm like, this is literally paying it forward. That's key in witchcraft,
And what is, in general, what is how deep are your witchcraft roots?
Pretty deep.
Did you come to it at a young age or raised by?
I was raised by. Okay, so my my grandma and my mother were loosely practicing Catholics.
Okay.
They had both pretty much removed themselves from the church for different reasons. They're what's known as an apostate.
Oh, wow. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And then my aunt, she was like a Buddhist anthropologist anyway. But the superstitions in my family, the fact that it's a Thursday, we have this ongoing thing of the Hoffer Thursday. So you have to constantly knock on wood.
Every Thursday?
Every Thursday.
So you're just knocking on wood all Thursdays?
I'm scared to even talk about it.
I'm sorry, we can drop it.
But what I'm saying is I was raised by women who didn't necessarily call themselves witches.
Right.
But when my mom stopped at a cemetery to scrape some dust off of a gravestone so she could do a spell, I was like, this is witchcraft, Mom, you know?
Yeah, man. I'd say spell is the dead giveaway. You're going to end this run, and then Jane Krakowski's coming in.
I know.
That's so exciting.
It's very exciting.
And then this November, you're going on tour, which is very exciting. Tell us about your show.
This will be the 8th consecutive year of the Jinx and Dela Holiday Show.
Wonderful.
And, it's very similar to Oh Mary. It's something in the fact that, not in its content, but in the fact that we created it, we care about it deeply. We are very, very protective and proud of this thing that we've built. And it's really nice because I believe truly investing in your communities right now is one thing we can do to undo a lot of damage that's being done, And this annual holiday tour is like a thing that gets us around the country, meeting our community in all these different places, and it's very special to give people a place to celebrate the holidays
Oh, it's
together.
lovely.
you
Well, it's
know?
lovely. We're so happy you're doing it. Congrats on your amazing run. You guys, this is
Thank
Jinx
you.
Monsoon. Marius playing at the Lyceum on Broadway. We'll be right back.